thank you, first of all, for inviting us to come and talk to you. Again, my name is Greg Rewis. I am the principal evangelist for our Open Web Standards products at Adobe. And what that means really, right now, you know us for Dreamweaver. I'm going to talk a lot about Dreamweaver. Where does the footer go?
It depends on CSS.
Well, no, I mean in the flow of the document. In the DOM structure, where does the footer go? At the end. Where does the header go?
At the top.
At the top. Or not. Watch this. Footer, cut, header. I'm inside the header, footer. I just put my foot in my head. Wow, is that legal? Only in 3 countries in the EU, but everyone else has outlawed that. No, it is legal. It is completely legal. Even professionals use starter layouts because I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again every time I make a new project or a new page. My wife uses the starter layouts. You know how I know? She built them. We actually hired her to build all those starter layouts. Okay? She uses them to this very day. So don't feel bad about using a starter layout. You know, I talk with professionals all the time, and we were even just Tom and I were just at an agency, and they said, "Oh, we don't use Dreamweaver. You know, it's a bad tool. You know, we're professionals." Really? Professionals that like to waste time? Because we have something called Live View. This button right here, when I turn it on, watch the page change, because Live View actually is the browser. Which browser? The browser. That's a joke. It is the most popular browsing engine, actually. Okay? We looked at the various engines out there, and we chose WebKit, which is the same one that Google uses in Chrome, that Apple uses in Safari. So in Dreamweaver, when you turn on Live View, you've actually just turned on WebKit. We also have RGBA and HSLA. The A standing for alpha, right. So I'm going to choose RGBA, and notice now as I move around, that very same blue that we were looking at before is no longer 09C, it's now 0153204.1. Okay? I'm going to choose the white though, which of course is 255, 255, and 1. The 1 is, of course, the opacity, the alpha transparency. 1 is completely opaque, 0 is completely transparent. Any number in between represents the opacity. So I will change this. Now, watch here, and because we're projecting in sunlight, I'm going to make this just really, really obvious. I'll go 0.4, and you're now seeing through that item. Now, using RGBA is different than using opacity. There is an opacity CSS property, right? We have updated all of the CSS3, or all of our CSS code hinting with all the new CSS3 properties. So now, here are all of the CSS properties. There's not that many, thankfully, so really, it doesn't take very long to learn them. So, oh, there we go. All right. There's a lot there. There's really a lot there. But that is every single one of the CSS3 properties, whether they are being used today or not. All right, so we just put them in there for you. The one that we are going to use for the rounded corners, if I head on back up to the top here, is actually called border radius. It's right there, border radius. Zoom in so you can see. All right, so border radius is what we're going to use. And what's neat is now border radius has a very simple syntax, but sort of hard for some people to get their head around. So we actually created this little pop-up here that helps you actually see and say whether you want a rounding on all of the corners or on individual corners. So you can decide. Now, here's the cool part. And again, what I'm really proud of here in Dreamweaver CS 5.5. All right, watch the corners. Watch every single corner in my columns here. We'll go boom, 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 boom. I've clicked on what we call the multi-screen button. The multi-screen button shows me 3 panels: phone, tablet, desktop. Now that's just our names for it. We gave it some default sizes. If you want to change that, targeting different sizes, you can do that, all right? And let's refresh. There we go. Refresh over here. And there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can as I scroll down. Okay? So I've got the same page being delivered in 3 different ways. And you can add more if you want a 5th or 6th or 7th media query. Be my guest. You'll drive yourself crazy. But anyway, be my guest if you want to do that. The point is, through CSS, I'm able to deliver these differing experiences all with the same content. Also adds mobile application development, meaning that you can actually take anything, if you can build it in HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, you can turn it into an app. You could simply say, hey, I did this banner in Flash. And what I really would like is some HTML. And there you go. And this, my friends, is nothing more. There's my CSS. Oh, look. That is that circular animation. You see that? 52.17%, followed by 56.52%, followed by 60.86%. Oh my God, can you imagine trying to type that out by hand? I'd like to say thank you very much for coming out and hanging out on the lunch break with me.